Has anyone heard of a town called Doveland by ThatAuldFool? So, something strange happened to me today, and I wonder if anyone can shed some light on what I found. I drive a lot for work, small trucks delivering stuff between warehouses owned by my company, but for the most part, I only drive within Ohio, and occasionally over the state line to one of our branches in Pennsylvania. But for the past week, I've been driving cross-country. How did this start? Well, my boss, I'll call him B, asked me if I would be willing to fly to New York and pick up a truck there and drive it to Seattle. As weird as that probably sounds, B is a good guy and a great boss, so I agreed. I know him well enough to know it's nothing illegal, and he was offering to pay me double, plus expenses for every day I was on the road. I figured it would take around a week at most. Plus, he offered to give me the next week off, so I gladly agreed. I got into New York around midnight, and some guy met me with the truck I was to drive at the airport. I drove it to Philadelphia, called B to let him know how far I'd gotten, and then crashed at a cheap motel. Other than the innate oddness of the request, nothing strange happened that night, or for the next few after, until I reached Wisconsin. Has anyone ever heard of a town called Doveland? I just passed through, and I don't think it was real. It was getting late, and I was looking for a place to turn in for the night when I saw the turnoff sign for Doveland. The sign said there was a motel in town, so I decided I had gone far enough and would try to get some sleep. But when I entered the town, it was strange is the only way I can really think to describe it. I want you to do a little experiment for me. Go on one of those AI image generators and give it a prompt like generic small town, American Main Street. See what it spits out? That is what this Doveland place was like. What I mean is that everything looked right at a distance, but it gave off a really strange vibe. And when I got closer, all the small details made no sense. For example, buildings would change material or architectural style seemingly at random. Some of the doors had no handles, others too many, or in the wrong place. And weirdest of all, the signs were all nonsense. One building had a marquee like an old movie theater that said, "Drugstore-y." Weird spelling of store aside, that wasn't that strange. But as I got closer, I saw smaller text underneath it that was unreadable. Just jumbles of letters and numbers that vaguely resembled prices at a distance. Same goes for everything in town. The gas station sign said, "Gaz 000 Poor Leet." Or at least that's what it looked like. All the letters were misshapen and oddly drawn, like the font they used was designed by an illiterate. I tried to call B and let him know I was stopping for the night then, but instead of ringing or a no signal tone, I got elevator music, like I was on hold. I tried again and the same thing happened, just bad jazz music. Out of curiosity, I tried a couple more numbers, like my girlfriend and the pizza place near where I live, but nothing. Or rather, the same thing, just that music again. Things only got stranger as I drove through town. No people were out. I mean, nobody. I didn't see a single human being in town. And the few parked cars I passed were all old boxy sedans. They looked 80s vintage, but none of them had any badges or logos that I could see. And all the plates were blank white with black numbers, not real estate plates. The numbers were weird too. Just sequential digits in the same bizarre font. Everyone I passed going higher. 01, 02, 03, like that. I never found the motel. I just kept driving until I got out of town, then found my way back onto the interstate, and kept going until I reached the next town, some little place called Cottage, where I am now. They had a little all-night diner, and I'm sitting at a booth there writing this now. Thing is, when I asked the locals if they could tell me anything about Doveland, the waitress nearly spilled a pot of coffee, and several old-timers gave me really strange looks. Then they all started talking over each other, assuring me that no such place existed. They know something, and I don't think I'm welcome here anymore.